Fed's not going to cut rates until it sees growth expectations retreating. And right now, like I still say that we get a recession, but like right now it's just like I mean you see it in the jobs report, but you're not seeing it as the economy as a whole just yet. And these things are all laggard and things like that. So that's why I still think the Fed doesn't cut rates until the September meeting.
Well,
We just
they're
haven't
also
seen
having
the
to
data yet.
fulfill all that money that they've been handing out to everyone too. So now they're going to have reason behind it, and by holding the rates up, the people, us, whenever we go buy our meals for the week or whenever we go get gas, and all of a sudden we don't have as much money at the end of the month as we normally do. That's because we're paying for that. So until it affects the people on the day and day at such a mass level, they're going to keep riding this because we owe too much money to too many people.
Well, and we can sort of get away with that here in the United States because that treasury market is always going to be the collateral base for the rest of the global economy. So there's always going to be a demand for U.S. Treasuries. So we have a little bit of an excuse where we can just create more debt and not have to worry too much.
Exactly. Yeah, our assets, and people don't realize this either because we have assets in other countries, like a lot of assets in other countries, and that's actually what holds our weight in our debt. So the debt that the country has, yeah, do we have debt? Of course we do. But by making a few sales, we could probably pay off a majority of that debt in a year and have it down to a manageable payment where we wouldn't even have to be out so much money as an economy, as a country. But they don't do that. The law is, you just got to continuously keep growing, right? Because if you're
Well,
not
yeah,
continuously growing, you're going to die, right? Well, that's the same way a country thinks. If you're not continuously growing, and of course, United States, ever since World War One and World War Two, we've never lost that mentality that okay, we have to let people know and make sure people know that we're going to lead this around the world. We're actually, rated one of the smaller countries, but we're also rated the number one country in military. I mean, not production,
technology and
but
world scale. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So it's just I just don't see it us dying down quick, but I also see our country taking advantage of us
Well,
to be able to
and
pay those debts.
and also since the U.S. dollar is the world reserve currency, if there's any sort of globally synchronized recession, we're going to usually be the last to feel it. I mean, you see it
Right.
in Europe, you see it in Asia, but we're usually the last ones to have the effects of that hit us.
Yeah, that's very insightful, especially thinking of the overall because if you turn on the news right now, it's just like our country's hurting so bad. But if you talk to anyone outside of our country, that's what I love about the Discord. Honestly, just talking to people around the world. But if you talk to anybody outside of the United States, bro, people fear the United States. I mean, we are a very strong country, and what they put in the media and what they lead on for us to believe is that I mean they're leading us with fear. You think about all the things we see. Okay, we're in fear that China's going to attack us. Why would China attack us? Do you realize that we are the number one reason that they are profitable at all? Go to Walmart right now. Go to Kmart. Go to anywhere. And I want you to pick up 10 items. And out of those 10 items, 10 separate items, I want you to tell me how many of those items are from China. Because I guarantee out of those 10 items, more than 5 of those items that you pick up are made from China. So they're
I'll
not
bet you that.
they're not going to take out their cash cow. Who else you got? Russia. Well, Russia, Russia is a bulldog. Russia is going to do what China tells them to do. And China tells them not to step on us, they're not going to. Otherwise, let's face it, Russia already would have. Just from the disrespect the United States has given Russia. I can't believe he hasn't pulled the trigger, but money talks louder than anything. So China takes care of Russia, but they also have them in the cage, ready for them to pounce at any moment. So all these countries, in those two countries right there alone, I mean, we're not worried about Iran or Iraq. We're not worried about those countries. We're worried about the big countries that have the same, or not the same, but close to the same power that we have on a military level. But economy wise, of course, even our big players in the United States, all our financial advisors and everything, they don't just play in the United States, they play in these other countries too. So the money's always circulating. So all this fear that that they keep putting across TikTok, that they keep putting across, follow the companies. The companies let you know what's really going on in the economy. It's letting you really know what's going on in the world today. And as long as they keep being profitable and keep moving up, they're not going to have nothing to worry about anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was wanting to get in on that conversation with you and Amy last night. I thought that'd been fun.
Oh, if I'd realized that, I would have sent you the link. I was slightly inebriated because you need some sort of liquid inhibition to get through that. Any sort
Right.
of PEGY Seeds live streams. I don't know how they went on for like I think it was the total live stream was like 4 hours and 45 minutes, and I managed to like cut it down to an hour, and I was like, holy crap.
That's still impressive, bro.
Yeah. Well, because
That's
a
not
lot
bad.
of it was helped by they just repeat the same stuff over and over and over again, and you're just like, they already took care of that. Let's get rid of that. That doesn't need to be in here. This doesn't need to be in here. It's just like, oh my goodness.
Right. 100%. I get it. Well, yeah. I'm sorry about the other night, bro. I fell asleep, I guess, whenever we were going through the session, and we were playing that game.
That's all right. Like that's what I kind of like want, and I might do like just a chill live stream like that later today. It depends on if Scott Allen does his normal live stream or not. But
Yeah.
well, I may just do another chill live stream like that where it's just uh, gaming and talk and shop and stuff like that.
Right.
Hopefully
Well, that.
with a little less silliness from when like Curtis popped in.
Right. Well, actually, I'm just going to go ahead and let you know because I see who just popped in, so I want him to know. I'm live right now. I've been going over some stocks this morning with Billy and whatnot. We've actually had a lot of action in the classroom this morning.
You guys
Over
were
some.
talking about that when I popped in.
Yeah, some screeners and stuff. But the thing about it is, okay, so I'm sharing my screen. I'll show you guys what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Do. Okay, so we were just talking about like the buy and sell scanners, indicators that they have and whatnot. And one of the indicators that someone used in here, they wasn't reading it like it was saying it, or they didn't understand it. I'm thinking the dude didn't understand it because he was new at trading, so he wasn't really sure how to go about it. I'm not sure he was looking at it or what time frame he was going by either. So that's something we're going to have to look into because it is going to be pressing for people to understand what they're looking at doing the premium package. But this is what we're trying to do. We're actually trying to help people who are just like, that really do struggle with keeping up with the stocks or actually just trying to correlate with what is actually happening of when they should buy in or when they should sell. It's not just one indicator, as we all know. You've got to have several things line up. It's like, just like the stars. If the stars ain't aligned, it doesn't make sense, right? Well, it's the same thing with stocks. If it doesn't line up and it doesn't make sense, it's not going to happen. So I think one thing we're going to have to do is break down and have classroom sessions about these screeners and scanners people are going to be looking at and how they need to go about advancing into a stock. And also, it doesn't matter what anyone says with any stock. You've got to be able to break it down yourself and do your own due diligence. Because if you can't go by your own information, how are you going to go by someone else's?
I think it helps once you find your own style of collating information. What sort of stuff that you want to look for as an investor? What sort of investment philosophy? Because if you don't know you, then you can't really
pick up any of this extra stuff that other people are telling you.
100%. I couldn't agree more with Corax. I mean, yes, but at the same time, you also need to understand what kind of trader you want to be and what fits your lifestyle. You know, like me, I do kind of squeeze closer to day trades, but that's something I can do first thing in the morning. You know, make a couple $100, and then I can go about the rest of my day. Does that happen every day? Of course not. Is it the riskiest trade? Of course it is, because you're not sure what's going to happen in such a short span. You know, long-term trader, you get in a good stock at a good entry, you don't even have to worry about it anymore. Don't watch the market.
The best part of that philosophy.
The best
You
part.
find the stock that you like, and you occasionally dollar cost average into it, and otherwise you go back to your computer, relax in your recliner, and sip pina coladas.
That's it. That's it, because you know what the stock is already doing. You have the expectation that it is going to pull back. It's going to have its squeezes. But the overall, if it's still moving up, then you're still sitting back and just watching that money grow. And I think another big problem that I've been seeing is like a lot of people want to, okay, you know what, this stock is moving good, everybody's on this stock, I'm going to put everything I have on it.
No.
This is a common rookie mistake. Everybody wants to get rich that plays in stocks. Otherwise, you wouldn't fuck with them at all, right? So, everybody that's playing in these stocks, they've got to realize, okay, so you set a certain amount. Let's say we have $500 in our account. If I have $500 in my account, I'm putting $300. Now, this $500 does not exist to me anymore. This is like me going to the casino and putting $500 on black. Let's go. You know? Let's ride it out. But that's not how you play stocks, or you're going to lose just like they do at the casinos. The house always wins, right? So that's why they've even invented strategies, following patterns, candlesticks. They give us all of these indicators, all of these indications of what this stock is doing with symbols, with signs. It's all a numbers game. And if you're a math junkie, then you're going to love stocks, right?
It really works.
But even here...
Did you see the sign?
Do what, Bubba?
Did you see the sign? Is that what happened?
Oh, I saw the sign, homie. I'm telling you. So, like, there's a revelation coming. People don't even know about it with Just.Scrollin.Trades. So, with these new indicators and giving these this information out, we're going to be able to provide more consistency. But something that this young gentleman in the conversation earlier didn't recognize was that we're also giving people information to follow along with the stock. So like what you're looking at right now, where you see that buy symbol at, if you get in right there, you're great. Now, right above it, you see that red flag, that's a sell signal. So if you sell right there, that's a guaranteed 15 to 20%. Guaranteed. You can set a stop loss on that. Bank. Now, if you're going for long term, of course, you know, like we talk about all the time, guys, this isn't how we would play this at all. We're going to catch it at that low, and we're going to ride it back up over a week, a month, however long it takes. Because we know the overall. Look at the overall in this one. This is the 1 minute. Let's go to the day. See? Still a downward motion. Now, it did break this. So if it breaks this hill again, gives us a little cup handle right here, it should explode. But if it doesn't, we know why. It has to have other indicators to follow along with it. Now, any kind of Discord that you go to, what are typically the most common indicators? RSI, MACD. Those are your most common, right? Okay, let's say that you're...
No. The most common indicators are stochastic and DMI.
Now, see, that's...
Well, you're... I don't know. RSI is pretty common, I'd say.
I was joking.
So one of the things that we're actually implementing with the premium package is helping people break that down, because, like, okay, yeah, if I'm talking to you, XBit, of course you know what stochastic is. Of course you know how it works. You know how to follow the script, right? But everybody else doesn't, and they get mixed up looking at these lines because, oh, these two lines are going up. That means it's good. Not necessarily. What if I'm looking at my STDV? What if I'm looking at my comms? Like, what if, like, there's so many other things that vary in those descriptions, so people get confused and then they get lost on what they're even looking at. So by giving the premium package, yeah, you know the basics, and that's all you got to have coming into this, but you got to have the basics and not what you may think. Okay, you followed a trade with somebody and you made $100. Hey man, I'm happy for you. That's what gets us all excited. However, you followed the trade. You didn't make the trade. Right? So you followed someone else, they made a good call on a trade. Now, how many times have you followed somebody's information and it cost you money? Because that's what happens. That's what happens 9 times out of 10 when you follow somebody. Because, like for me, for instance, okay, I give out this information in Banking with Billy in my section just to have people, hey, check this stock out, basically, right? It's up 22% right now. That's my own money. I'm doing good in this stock. But if you jump in right now, I might get out at 24%. Now you're only up 3%. So now you think you've lost money because you got up 3%, but you were waiting for that 20-30% run. But what was your expectation for that stock? We see it all the time. These oversold stocks, the reason they're oversold is because people didn't look into those stocks. So they bought in hoping they're going to catch that bull run for a quick in and out. But then what happens? They see that pop. We get that little squeeze. It pops up again. They're like, okay, it's just getting its energy back. No, it's not. It's already done it. It's already done it. Now we're waiting for the pull down. That way when it comes back to that low, we're going to get back in. We're going to ride it up again and make that money again. And who are we making that money off of? The people that are jumping in because they think that it's popping. The pop's already happened. This is not the beginning. You're at the end of the beginning. The beginning's already happened. So now it's got to pull back to continue the story, right? And people forget that part. So whenever you're going into a stock, you can't just go in blind. Nor can you go in just off other people's information. Other people's information is to put your eyes on a stock. Then you do your own due diligence. And then whenever you follow that person and they're giving that good information on those stocks, now you have a reason to follow what they say. And people forget that. They just want the answers. They don't want to follow how to get the answers. Sometimes just because people give you the right answers doesn't mean that you know how to use that information to your advantage. It's like stock twits. They're in a whole dispute right now with this lawsuit on, or they're trying to get this lawsuit started up with stock twits because of all the false information that's given on there from option traders. Because option traders, a whole team, a whole Discord will go in there, pump up a stock, and these people jump in, and the next thing you know, the bottom falls out. Now all the option players, happy as all get out. But, the regular people that are trying to figure out how to even remotely get started with stocks, well, they've just lost their first $100, and they only started with 3. That's the sad story of stocks. It's a dog-eat-dog world. And you can't come into stocks thinking that it's not. The moment you come into stocks thinking it's not dog-eat-dog, you've already lost your money. The only thing you're going to get is a thank you for your contribution. What do you think, Corax? XBit?
Well,
it's we made all the money,
but you got
all the experience.
You know?
And that is a fair statement. I'm going to tell you why. Because everybody that got that money has already lived that life.
Yeah.
Because you don't get the money without losing the money.
It's kind of like
the seniors picking on the freshmen. You don't know what you're doing. I'll take your money. Thanks.
Yeah,
That's
thanks.
Cool.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's
Good.
just, it's the naive. You feed on the naive, and unfortunately, and it's not even us. It's the government, it's the news. But now, if you know how to play in the stocks, you can play off that information. But that's just knowledge.
The game that you play, it's a hell of a lot riskier than some of the other games in town. Like you can get, if you've got a stock
that say it's popular, right? And
If it's popular, then there should be some extra meat on the bone on the options chain.
You can get
You can get an in the money call,
you know, 2 years
out, and you can sell covered calls to degenerates that are buying weeklies. You can do that all week long.
Right.
That's a hell of
It's a hell of a lot easier than what you're doing.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Just saying.
It is. I couldn't agree more, and that's the thing about these penny stocks and low cost stocks. They're the riskiest ones there are because these are companies that are trying to make it in the same dog eat dog world that we are. But they're trying to do it at face. See, we're doing it in the background.
You know what's funny is you get into these stocks and then you make a profit and you get out once it starts crashing. And then Corax comes on over here and he starts shorting it. So that's why he just waits for you guys to sell and then boom, all right, I'm going to short it now.
I know. It's kind of like we just swap back and forth because I'll tell you, I'll take a 20-30% pop real quick. I'll put 200 down on something if it's going to pop and take a little money, And then I do, and I watch my people. I watch my people when they're like, "I'm about to short the hell out of this." I'm like, "And I'm out." it's time to get out of that one. Next,
there you go.
And that's it. It's wash and repeat, And people forget that. Don't get hung up on money you lose. Get hung up on what you learn. Expert said it best. It's the experience, and that, unfortunately, in this game, the experience is costly. But it is profitable too. I don't want it to make it sound so horrible without it sounding so good because that's why we all do it because we've all seen the benefits. When you can lose $300-400 and then the next thing you know you just fucking flipped one stock and got $1,000. Now we're playing. Now we're in the game.
Yeah.
And that's I think that's highly important. I think that is something that you just got to understand what you're getting into. But yeah, you guys missed that conversation earlier. I literally had to quit my live stream and everything because it got so heated. I didn't want to put that out there. And I'm sorry for everybody who did catch it, in the TikTok world and on my YouTube.
Oh, what happened? What happened?
We were just going over the premium package stuff, and one of the scanners that were placed in the premium package, I think, now this is my understanding because I wasn't there for the beginning of it, but from my understanding, young gentleman in here, he misunderstood about reading, but reading the stock and what he was actually looking at, and then the individual that created that stock or created that scanner, he was very prideful with it, which is understandable. It takes a lot of hard work to get these things just right, especially whenever you're building the bots yourself. I can contest to this.
Yeah.
But I will say, it was just a young kid. You know how young kids are. It was a young kid. He come in strong-headed, saying how it was shit, and it wasn't. Honestly, my honest opinion, he just didn't understand what he was looking at.
Yeah, man,
the scanners are shit, man.
Scanners are shit, bro. But that was it. I just don't think he understood what he was looking at because I run into this all the time, especially when I do my classroom sessions. These young kids come in here and they don't understand what they're doing or what they're looking at. The problem is the cock-strong kids that come in here, these old vets in here aren't going to put up with that. Because we're here to make money. If we see people that are wanting to make money, then they've been where we've been. So if you can't shut up and actually take some advice from people who are making money in this game, then what are you really doing?
What are you really
doing, huh? Spinning your wheels, huh?
And if you're jumping in the Discord and you're talking and if you're talking all that shit of how great a trader you are, then you do what we do. Because this is rough stuff, bro. Between making the videos, keeping up with the stocks, keeping up with the people, plus the Discord, it's a consistent job. It ain't no 9 to 5. It's 24/7. I have a set of individuals that I keep up with on a daily basis. I don't get paid anything for it at all, but you know what? They support me. They support my channel. They support what I do, and I help them to the best of my ability. But because they're wanting to grow and they give right back into my channel and right back into what I'm trying to do, and as I'm growing, those are the people that I want to invest in. Those are the people that I want on my channel. Because then we're all making money. Once we're all making money, I mean, that's it. Now we're just talking about who made more because who had more balls to go in on a stock than the other. That's when the game changes, you know? But first, we got to learn all the ins and outs. And that's what I think that's going to be this next level. With opening the premium package, we'll be able to actually walk through with people that join what they're looking at, what they're looking for, and they can understand it as they're doing it themselves. I think this is going to be beneficial in a lot of ways. I've been kind of standoffish about it in my own head, exactly because of what happened earlier. But I'll tell you this, from my personal experience, like I wasn't even about none of this at first. And then kind of Billy talks me into making videos and stuff to spread my knowledge, to help people. The people that really, you know, want to change their life, the people that really want to make that difference in their money game, well, those are the people that I stay in connection with. Those are the people that I want to help, because this life ain't easy. And the more that we got that we can stand together with, the more we need. But the people that tear people down are the ones that we just got to avoid and go around, because they're not wanting to grow. They're wanting to bring us down to their level. And I don't know about y'all, but I don't want to live at that level anymore. It's time to elevate. And if people ain't elevating with us, then they just need to move on. They got other things in mind. I don't care if you are better, bro. Good. Go spread the love then. That's all. If you're a better trader than me, I'm happy, bro. I'm not going to sit here and fight with nobody that you're a better trader than me, because I know there's a better trader than me. But you know what? What little knowledge I do contain in this field, I'm going to spread it. And I hope that I get the support that it's going to take to do it. But I'm going to spread what little knowledge I have. And as I continue to grow as a trader, I'm going to continue to spread the knowledge that I gain.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing better than an old fancy pissing contest, but what's even better than that is whenever people can come together with the same end goal to be not only profitable but just successful. You know? It is about the money, don't lie. It's always about the money, right? But what comes with that? You know, it takes getting that money, right? So if we can get that money, well, now we're successful in it. It's just not about that dollar anymore. So, Billy, what happened? You bailed on me to do the last 5, didn't you?
Yeah, y'all. I ain't gonna interrupt y'all conversations. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go run it.
That's cool, bro. I'll catch on them later. I'll make one later on them. I got a good set going anyway right now. But yeah, we were just talking about the market and the moves and people understanding. You know, I was really the discussion we were just having was the incident that we ran into earlier. Like I was explaining to them, you know, we're going to run into this with people because everyone that's going to join our premium package aren't going to understand how the indicators actually work, nor do they know how to do their own due diligence with that indicator. Now, all indicators...
Run into what?
I'm sorry?
Run into what?
Oh, you know, with what was happening earlier with a couple people.
Meech?
Yeah, with a couple people in the thing.
Dude specifically calling Meech out. He was calling Meech a scammer specifically.
He was.
Yeah, he was calling Meech a scammer. And eventually, like, it really did. Not only did how he react, because it made like. I don't know. He probably not too good with customer service skills and whatnot. But dude, he really was calling him a scammer though, which probably did really hurt him. Because Meech wasn't trying to scam nobody. But he did say he was like dude bogus.
But see, I think they've been having some beef going on anyway, because they kept reverting back to Well, the other day, yeah, they were reverting back to old crap, and
I
they,
was sitting there like, damn,
Just
fucking around.
bro, I just,
I'm like, I'm glad I finished my video before this happened. You know what I mean?
okay.
I was in the middle of my live, bro. Whenever all that popped off, I had to stop my live and start it all over again. Whenever we got in the study,
Both of them gonna try to jump in here trying to talk about it. I'm like, bro, I'm just gonna get through this video. I'll go back down pass on you.
I bounced as soon as you did. I saw you bounce. I was like, I'm out too.
But nonetheless, though, situations like that. In situations like that, it ain't really too much that you really can do. We gotta make sure to just understand that the whole world
ain't
against you. You gotta take things as constructive criticism. I mean, those are things that even I have learned the hard way. You know what I mean? Everybody else gets you anything anybody telling you so that you can improve on it no matter what. Because if somebody ain't telling you shit, then they ain't trying to see you improve no matter what.
Right.
You know?
Or ain't nobody
letting him know doing this, you doing that, this sound like this. I mean, maybe it's unbelievable right now. You know, improve on that shit.
Yeah, no doubt. And think about it.
He left the Discord. He gave up his coach role. He done did the whole board. I didn't say shit too. I'm like, damn.
Meesh did?
Meesh gone. That's why I said,
I meet.
it would hurt his feelings so bad.
Yeah, it's hurt his feelings first.
Yeah, I'm like, let's make some money together.
Well, don't worry about that bullshit. I got you, bro. We'll get this going any fucking way. Well, you know, and how you gonna do business that way?
They always come back. He gonna go back and cool down, smoke a couple blunts, meet some bitches out the pool real quick.
He'll be
alright. Maybe that wasn't a situation. Maybe I did. Don didn't say anything to me. That was his customer that got on his ass, not us.
That wasn't even us. That was some random dude.
That was his customer.
I think that was beef, bro.
That was his customer. That's why I'm like, bro, that's your customer that got on your ass, bro. I didn't say shit to you.
That's personal beef right there. I think that goes back. I don't even know if it has anything to do with the scanner.
Also, that gentleman was a young buck.
Yeah, he was. He was young. He didn't know what he was doing.
I was trying to tell you, I'm like, bro, you can't be arguing with children in bank ability.
I tried to stop him like 6 times, bro. I'm like, hey, quit engaging. Like, what the fuck?
He told this 15-year-old, you don't get no money. I'm like, wait. This dude dead in middle school. How much money he's supposed to be getting right now?
Like, he's playing with his lunch money, bro. Like, that's all he's got is lunch money, you know, and his birthday money. He had to use his mom's social security number just to get in the game.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah. But we can't, and Billy, moving forward, we can't argue with no daggum kids, bro. Like, this is dumb. All he had to do was use his techniques, okay? Like, even my scanner, I'll tell you right now, you're not going to get on the very bottom because I'm protecting you, okay? So you're going to get in after it hits, and you're going to get out before it quits if you follow the scanner. And it's going to say, like, you're not going to lose money that way. I knew this was coming. But you can't be arguing with no 15-year-old. Like, this kid's at lunch right now.
He can't even trade without his parents' permission.
Right. It's like, Devin, go to bed. But, Mom, I'm looking at the stocks. I swear to God, if you don't go to bed this instant. But, Mom. Yeah. I'm trying to buy you a fucking house, Mom. You're not Mark Wahlberg. Go to bed. Then Dad pops in. You got C's and D's all year last year. Go to bed. You need your sleep.
What happened? We lost Billy's phone died?
I may have. Sometimes he does. Sometimes we do lose him. But, yeah. But anyways, we got to deal with kids like that, you know, and especially they're not understanding. And I don't know about you guys, but nothing makes me madder than when I lose money.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm mad at anybody but myself, but I get mad.
Well, when you lose money, You have to
You
learn
have
from
to
your
learn from your
mistakes. You have to
mistakes.
figure
You
out
have to figure out why you lost money.
100%.
Otherwise,
Otherwise, a real loss is if you don't learn anything from your loss.
Because
Because a loss is an opportunity to learn why you lost.
You lose
You
money,
lose
that's an
money, that's an
opportunity to learn
opportunity to
why you
learn
lost
why you
that money.
lost that money.
If you don't learn
If you don't
anything
learn
from your
anything from your loss,
that's a real
that's a
loss.
real loss.
That's deep. I like that. That's money, bro. So let me ask you guys, let me ask you what your overall strategy is, not as far as your patterns and what you're looking for in stocks, none of that, okay? But as far as what is your strategy for your account, like your P&L? Like what percent are you willing to play with? If you have, let's imagine this, okay, guys? This way we're not talking about personal accounts. We're not talking about whatever you're doing with your own accounts. We're going to say I give each of you $500. Both of you have $500 apiece to trade with. Okay.
I can't do
I
shit
can't
with
do shit with
$500
$500 right now.
Hey, but see, that's what's gonna that's the next level trader when you can make nothing into something, right? Because that's what we got.
I mean, I could, but it'd take a hell of a lot of work.
Well, but would it? So you think about this. What would your strategy be with
I've done it
$500? Why Corex has got something in mind.
Well, right, can we up it to 5,000? Come on. Let's just
When you got
$500.
like you about the only thing you can really do, because if you do anything too risky, you're going to instantly get washed out. So $500, if I would do it, I'd find something that I know is safe, that would have a pretty solid return, and put at least some of it in there. And the most of it is I would probably start doing research into these undervalued stocks like I normally do, and see where I can get like double ups. Where are these companies that are potentially two baggers or something sizable. And sure,
I'd run iron butterflies.
It's going to take me a year, but when you have a portfolio that's that small, there's very little wiggle room, and otherwise you'll just get washed out.
Okay, if you've got $500
in your account,
you should probably run iron butterflies.
I can't tell if you're being serious or that's a joke. I hope it's a joke.
No, I'm actually being serious.
You should run iron butterflies if you've only got $500.
I wouldn't run any sort of option strategy if you only got $500.
That's the
That's
only
the only way to fucking grow a
fucking
tiny little account like that.
Well, see,
you're swinging for slugging percentage, and most of those home run hitters strike out 90% of the time. So you're be constantly blowing up your account.
If you're just buying calls and puts, then yeah. But if you're running iron butterflies, and once you get to like 1,000 or 2,000 bucks, you should switch over to iron condors.
now see, but people aren't going to know that.
The other thing is like you should do straddles. Like right now, the market's really volatile. You should be looking at straddles. And once the market calms down and goes sideways, that's when you can do the condors.
Now,
I wouldn't be doing any sort of options with an account that's really all that you can have to invest. You need to protect that money like it's a holy treasure. Because if you only have $500 to put into an investment, you blow it up chasing options. Well, congratulations, you just fucked yourself.
Well, I'd much rather blow up a $5,000 account than a
see, this is
$50,000 account.
This is true traders having a conversation. Because not only do you have a difference in opinion, I have a different opinion than both of you, but I can still respect both of your opinions because they have merit. But see,
Corex and I are always going to have a different opinion. He's a short seller and an options trader. So
of course, but see, you can have the conversation.
Sell that much, like.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do. If you short sell every fucking week, don't lie.
I started doing that a couple weeks ago.
But here's the thing, okay?
Okay.
In my head, I love both of your ideas, but with $500, that's not what I would do at all.
What would you
do with $500?
$500, this is all I got. Well, let's go ahead and face some facts real quick, okay? Let's weigh out our options. If I got $500 and I got to throw it in here and I'm trying to do something with it, well, that means that there's a lot of other effects going on in my life that I'm having to make such a risky move, right? So if I'm going to take this $500, I need to turn this 500 into 5,000 quick, right? That way we can start playing strategically. So $500, piss it away. That's the only thing you can do. $500 bucks. You throw it at the blue chips.
You want to take your 500.
You want to take
You
your
want to take your
500
500
and double it into
to
1,000,
1,000,
right?
right?
Right.
And then
But how are you going to do it?
1,000,
turn it
turn
into
it into 5,000.
Right?
But how are you going to do it? See, to turn that 500 into 1,000, you've got to play risky. That means that you're going to have to go straight blue chip. You're going to have to go in heavy. Everything. Put all 500. What else you got to lose? If you don't want, you're playing percentages. Remember that. So even though if you go in 500, okay, if you start losing and you sell out, you may be down to 400. But what you do is you go in heavy on a stock that has all the signs. Everything lines up. Nothing is stopping this stock from exploding, even with 20% at $500. Come on, talk to me. So now you're buying a stock, that's $60 a piece or $30 a piece, and you buy whatever you can in that stock, and you ride it as long as you can, and then you bounce. And then you just wash and repeat, and you can't, whenever you start doing that winning, though, that's where the strategies have to come, because if you start banking, you're going to lose it all if you do not start applying strategies. But if you got to start that small, when you get to 1,000, you can play right. When you get to $1,000, you can play right. When you go the 3 to 5, you can still play, but you've got to use your stop losses. You've got to go in heavy. It is
because when you have that small of a position, you need to protect against downside more than anything.
Yep.
That's why I was saying play it safe. Like capital appreciation, there's a definite way to go.
But you have your gain. Your return is not enough. If you're trying to get in this game, all right, we're talking about having a $500 account, and this is something that you're wanting to do consistently. Let me tell you something right now. Okay, you can do it consistently with $500, but at the end of the year, you might have $547.
Yeah.
That's the downside.
The biggest thing I'd say is the biggest concern with a $500 portfolio is protecting its downside. So you really need to manage your risk, whatever the decision you make, a whole lot, because it doesn't take much for that account to go poof.
But the thing about it is, learning the strategy style with that small of account. Whenever you have a $100,000 account, everything changes. Or even a $5,000 account, everything changes. As that money continuously grows, now you've grown strategy, now you've grown in gains. So now that means more to you. So that's why I even started the small account challenge, doing it with some people and getting them going, because now that you've started with this, now whenever you get profitable and you're actually got money sitting in that account, like real money, whenever you get 3,000-5,000, that's a lot of money to some people, and that's that's a lot of money to me.
Flexibility because you can maybe take little bits of each of our strategies, and it wouldn't be a huge allocation of your portfolio. And if one of those situations fails, it's not going to end you.
So hypothetically, if I had to take what all three of us has said and apply it, then I would break down my $500 in 3. 1, 2, and 3 stacks. That's going to allow me 3 plays. On those 3 plays, I'm looking for a blue chip with anywhere from a bounce from 40 to 80%. It's low, close to the 52-week low. I mean, there's so many things that are going to play into that. And then when I go heavy on it, if I'm getting that good gain up and I'm already see that it's still doing what I say it's going to do, I'm going to put another stack in. So now if I got 2 stacks in, I got 1 sitting to the side, then I got something to protect me on the pullback if it happens. If not, and it continues to go up, then once I get to that certain percent, I'm going to start selling off a little at a time in my stop losses. I'll set a stop loss for this amount at this many shares. I'll set a stop loss here at this amount for this many shares. And then whenever that break keeps going up, I'm going to keep gaining in my portfolio the whole rise up of that stock.
Okay. All right, calm your horses down. All right, getting a little too excited over there. Now, let's say you've got a stock that's like what, $10, right?
Is it here?
Imagine if fucking Palantir or Robinhood or
5 minutes and I'll be out.
was $10, right?
This is big.
You can get 100 shares
Instead
for
of you being
$1,000,
judgy right now, maybe you be support.
So
because I'm trying
now
to fucking knock this out.
you've got 100 shares.
Now you can
Sell
changing
covered calls
on your
on your 100 shares. You can earn like
30 to
50 bucks
every 3 or 4
days.
You can
get like 30 bucks. You get like 10 bucks a day
off
100%.
$1,000.
right?
You get like 3 bucks every 3 days. You get like 50 bucks a week.
You can go out 2 to 3 weeks and try to get $100,
but you're better off just taking 50 bucks a week because you'll make more in the long run.
You will in the long run.
Honestly, you could just
that's right.
You could just take your $1,000 and collect your 50 bucks a week
on covered
calls and call it a day.
And
you're taking a hell of a lot less risk than what you're talking about. Not that I'm saying
that you shouldn't
do what you're talking about. I'm just saying
you should be aware of all the options out there.
100%. Now, the reason I said this was for an overall picture, and you guys came through like no other just to prove my point. Okay? Everything that we've said is strategy based, and we all strategize differently. You know, I like day trades more, more so I do like day trades. They're a lot riskier. What I said was risky, right? Then you have fundamentals. Corex is fundamentals.
Now I'm providing you. Yeah, of course. I think Corex is probably going to work.
Yeah, but he's a fundamental guy, and you're long term guy. So I'm
not.
Oh, you're not. You're
no. I'm just a
swing trader.
Swing trader. Yeah. But see, these different traders, different type of traders have different opinions. So that's why you've got to understand what type of trader you are.
Oh yeah. That's very important.
Well, that's the problem with new traders.
Oh, you got
a bit of an echo there.
Problem with new traders is that oh man, that echo is annoying.
Yeah, it is.
The problem with new traders is that they get confused because they're learning all these new strategies and they're observing all these different things, and these strategies are conflicting with each other. You can't. It's hard to learn everything at once.
It is.
It's a lot easier to learn one thing at a time. Like learn swing trading, then learn day trading, and then learn investing. And, because each strategy is at a direct confliction to the other strategies. So you're going to get very confused trying to learn all of them at once. So you're better off trying to focus on one, and then once you've got a good grip on one strategy, then you can try and learn something else. But
exactly.
Yeah, it's pretty much impossible to try and learn them all at the same time.
It is, but
if you're starting out, like if you already know some strategies, then it's easier to like move on.
That's it.
Learning other things. Yeah.
And that's what I want everybody to understand. That's what I'm trying to get through to everyone. It's not that you're getting false information, guys. It's that you don't understand that the strategy of the guy that you're following. Understand what strategy he is using, apply that strategy, and now you're going to make money.
Well,
because just like Expert said,
if you're just starting out in the market and you don't have any wherewithal, you don't know anything, you might talk to an investor and he's going to say one thing, and then you're going to talk to a day trader, they're going to say the exact opposite. And then you'll talk to a swing trader and they'll say something else, and then you won't understand anything.
Exactly. And that's what I'm trying to get through to everybody, man. And that's why I hate seeing people lose money. But, whenever you're shooting at people that know what they're doing and you don't, you're hurting their credibility. And when you're hurting their credibility on nonsense because you don't understand what you're talking about, that raises red flags. And you can't do that.
The only person they're hurting is themselves.
Well, no, they're hurting the creators too, because it takes a lot of time to make these videos. It takes a lot of time to investigate these stocks. It takes a lot of time to invest time into other people and other people's stocks. They don't know the time that it involves to be able to do this each and every single day. And of course, are we going to miss them? Yes. Are we going to make bad calls? 100%. We're only human. But I guarantee my risk level and your risk level is different because of our skill level. You know what I'm saying? And understanding your skill level of where you're at, you're going to know of what you need to do. And if you think that you're just unstoppable in this game, then you've already lost.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, guys, it's been fun today. I'm glad I was able to catch you on Sunday before we got into the late afternoon. I am going to pop off some good videos first thing in the morning. That way we can get our week started strong. If you guys have any questions, you know where to reach me. Till next time, I'm Mr. John with Just.Scrollin.Trades.
All right, peace out, man.